But so if we can end it then on the costs that you specifically in that analogy faced when you spoke up, because it's heartbreaking to me what's happened to, well, to you, but to a lot of us, that because we spoke up. And there is cost to this. It's not, I want to underline what I just said about the grandmother sweater, that I get it. If you just can't do it because you're like, I can't upset my grandmother, and there is real cost to this. But you also speak beautifully about kind of what's on the other side. You think it's scary, but I promise you it's worth it. And if you could give that final pitch.
For sure, that was really beautiful and really beautifully articulated, right? For me, how you articulated the just smile and nod feeling as your chest is thumping that's where it is. Like that's where it is. That's where it's at. And the costs, they could be very painful, right? In my case, I have four sisters, four brother-in-laws, 2 parents, 15 nieces and nephews. And, stepping away was stepping away from, in some ways, financial freedom, which I now understand is financial serfdom, because money was used as a means of control.
Yeah. If I can just really quickly, I'm going to let you finish this, but every now and then I get called a grifter by people who follow me. And I'm like, if you fucking knew how much money I left on the table by being an anti-scientist. Anyway, go on. It's like the dumbest fucking... No,
I probably walked away from like $5 to $20 million and started over from zero. Yeah. And you don't really make money speaking about these things. And, there was always a financial safety net, and whether it's the annual gifts, whatever they are, all of the things that you can keep getting as long as you were in line. And so, but it's not only the immediate financial cost in my case, because not everybody comes from a wealthy family. Yeah. It's also your networks collapsing. I used to have access to networks of people and resources, and overnight they all shut off. The friends that don't answer your messages anymore. And obviously the excommunication from family, that's not only really painful, but in my case, it's not only passive excommunication. For me, I almost feel like I'm in a vulnerable situation because everything can and be weaponized against me. And I have 2 daughters, and my family uses my path and my choices to justify separating me from my daughters. And in some cases take active steps to interfere with our connection and with our relationship. And, I see it with them every day, right? What it is that they're reflecting back to me in order for them to belong to the tribe. Because in my family, some people believe that my daughters are their property of the tribe, of the cult. And it's important to essentially separate the pathogen, right? I'm seen as a pathogen and as a danger to the system. And the system will take the appropriate responses to quarantine the dangerous pathogen. And there's so many layers to what that process is like, and grief and pain and sometimes anger and at the same time understanding that I understand where it comes from, because that was me, and understanding and having the compassion and the time and the space and the patience. But ultimately, we're talking about this is the path of liberation that we're seeking, inner liberation and collective liberation. The Palestinians showed me that this is all one and the same. Liberation from systems, liberation from beliefs, liberation from oppression. And this is the journey and this is the path. And ultimately, the fear of what lies on the other side is part of what keeps people in line. The fear that you're going to be rejected, that you're going to be abandoned, that you're going to be on your own, that you're going to be a traitor, that everybody's going to hate you, that you're going to be a capo, that you're going to come back crying, all of these different things. What I actually discovered was that on the other side of this is a deep form of rebirth. And all of the forms of love and connection and possibilities and opportunities that were inaccessible and almost inconceivable when you were in it open up. And that reconnection to humanity is a big and beautiful process. And so on the other side of all of the things that you feared were all of the things you ever truly wanted.
Well, I'll leave it there because that was beautifully said at the end. I love this. This was really nice. It was really nice to get into